Right. This is Jean-Marc St. Laurent here, and thank you for joining me for another Tech Sales Talk Tuesday. I am sitting here with Mr. Russell Van Leuven, and he is the Director of Sales with DiscoverOrg. Thank you very much for talking with me today, Russell.
Thanks, Jean-Marc. Thank you for having me.
So let's get into it. What are you up to, and who do you work for?
So I work for DiscoverOrg. Now, what are you up to? The last 5 weeks have been a busy 5 weeks. We announced the acquisition of ZoomInfo back on February 4th.
Yeah.
And a couple of days ago, we announced the acquisition of NeverBounce, the email verification company. So it's slowly but quickly becoming sort of the complete wish list for any sales and marketing department for any company that's selling B2B. So yeah, that's it's been a busy last 5 weeks, certainly.
That's amazing. I remember I was following a old Reddit thread, and they were having this big discussion. They're like, who's better? Is it DiscoverOrg? Is it ZoomInfo? And now, boom, it's all together. Perfect package. So tell me, Russell, about your journey. How did you get into the industry? How did you get into sales? How'd that work out?
I don't know if anybody ever plans on getting into sales and planning on. I mean, SaaS wasn't even a thing. Once you start selling insurance, and then I saw that there was a company that was hiring down the street from me by appointment only, and they do the lead gen appointment setting stuff. So sort of cut my teeth dialing the phone 200, 250 times a day. No email. I don't think they still do email. But working with some of the biggest sophisticated sales and tech companies, it lended itself well to when I heard about DiscoverOrg. A friend of mine, the CEO, Henry Schuck, he told me, "Hey, I'm starting this business." I was like, "Oh, great!" And he was explaining it to me. But at that point, it was a couple employees. I was the fifth employee.
Oh.
So it was an interesting first couple of years, certainly. But yeah, but wasn't planning. I didn't know anything about the industry. Just sort of fell into it. But as things go.
That is funny how that works out, right? You just end up getting sucked into the sales vortex.
Pretty good.
So tell me, speaking of sales, how are you using LinkedIn for your efforts?
I mean, who's not using LinkedIn, right? Anybody, I always say it's any sales professional that's not using LinkedIn, at least some capacity, is committing sales malpractice. You have to. Anybody that's not connecting with anybody that they've spoken with, connecting with, just an additional line of communication, which is an interesting thing that LinkedIn has, where there's only so many ways to engage with somebody and so many lines of communication. You can call them, you can email them. More and more business texts these days. I don't know. I still am kind of on the fence on whether or not I like the business text idea, but they got the email piece of it. So you can, I mean, that's how you and I have been communicating primarily, is through email. So they have their own communication system set up. That's pretty good. So anybody that's not doing that, pre-call, anytime you're going to meet with anybody, let's see what's of interest, what's been posted, be relevant. God, how many times do you get these terrible cold calls where they don't even know anything about your business, let alone you? Just take 10 seconds, 20 seconds, read something, give yourself a little bit of a head start. It's a great source of information. I just think that you got to look in the right places.
Yes, I agree about the tone-deaf cold callers or cold messengers. I actually had a guy reach out to me to sign up for a credit card via LinkedIn, and he's like, here's the link. I'm like, and you are?
That's pretty bad. Hey, at least he's doing it. At least he's throwing the line out there.
Yeah.
How many guys are selling credit cards that didn't do it at all? So you got to give him some kind of credit.
No, I have to agree. If it's between making the call or not making the call.
What is it? It's a no every time unless you ask. So just ask. The worst that can happen, you get a no anyway. Or you get a yes.
Very true. Very true. I had a director of sales and marketing explain to me, he's like, sales is super easy. He's like, my job is to continue following up with you until you give me a no. So my job is to keep sending you stuff, and your job is to tell me no. That's it.
I mean, really, you simplify things like that. I was thinking about that in a marketing capacity where the sales gets all the credit, and you sell something. You know, this guy is selling these big deals. It's like, well, where did this come from? How did this company have the knowledge about it? Who's setting up the air cover? Who gets the exposure out there to the company? Marketing is supporting, one person in marketing can support a dozen or more salespeople that are making the sales, and marketing doesn't get any credit. I feel like they're the unsung heroes of every organization, where they're the ones that are propping it up and making sure that the exposure and the name and the brand and everything is out there. So yeah, I can't give marketing enough credit for the work that they do. Sales taking all the glory and the credit for all of the hard work of marketing.
I agree. I have to give your marketing people credit as well, because I've seen some of the pieces and just the web experience that DiscoverOrg has created. Kudos. Big kudos to DiscoverOrg marketing people. So speaking of success, what success are you most proud of?
To be at this company, to have it go from a handful of people that are just trying to figure it out to now offices and all over the place. Offices. I mean, I'm in the Bethesda office after the acquired Rain King a year and a half ago. That was insanity. And now with ZoomInfo being on the same team too, it's like, we're just putting together the all-star team. And they had acquired Datanyze last year too. So it's, you ask a sales professional a couple of years ago, hey, you can get DiscoverOrg and Rain King and ZoomInfo and Datanyze all under one roof. Would you buy that? Who would say no to that? So it's an incredible time to watch this company go from a handful of people to fulfilling the wish list for every sales and marketing department that exists at selling B2B. And we're back in the day, it used to be just IT, and we're still fighting this preconception where it's like, yeah, you guys it's only IT. It's like, well, we do have the best information in IT and the deepest intel. It's a lot more. It's every line of business, literally every company and every business professional that is a purchaser or an influencer. We have those people. We have them mapped out. We have the intel on the companies, what they're planning to purchase, the intent data. They have projects coming up, recent changes. It's just crazy. It's everything that any sales and marketing department would want to know. So yeah, to watch the company go from 500 profiles, 1,000 org charts for IT departments only, to being able to help literally every company that sells business to business it's mind blowing. So that's how can you not be proud of working for a company that's doing that? So I don't know where to go from here. Great.
So speaking of where you go from here, where are you and the company headed?
I don't know what the next month, 2 months is going to hold. Where the idea, I think, at least what I'm thinking in terms of being able to help companies that are selling, anybody that's selling business. I mean, that's the idea. How many companies exist that are selling business to business? Where we want to be table stakes for any company to say, look, if we need account data and clean and enriched for every account that we have in CRM or marketing, these are all just housing mechanisms for account and contacts and leads. Let's get the best information in there. So if we can become a must-have, a need-to-have, otherwise you're at a competitive disadvantage, that's where we want to get. If you have two companies that are doing the exact same thing, one of them has all of the data and the intel and the contacts and technographics, and if they have projects coming up, and the other company is doing it sort of the old school way. If you had to put money on somebody that's going to sell more, holding everything else equal and constant, I mean, I put the money on the company that's got all the data and the intel.
What question do you have for the audience?
Okay, well, of all these things that we can give you now, what else can we give you that's going to help you even more? So if we can be that full wish list of everything, it's a lot easier to become the must-have for every company. So would be interested in knowing, what else do you want? What else would help you sell it and market more effectively? So that's kind of it would be an interesting thing to hear what people say to that.
Russell, I want to say thank you for being on this call with me, and all the best to you and the DiscoverOrg team, and big ups to the marketing team. You guys are doing a great job.
Couldn't agree with you more, but yeah, appreciate you having me, Jean-Marc, and hopefully we can do this again.
All right, sounds good. Take care.
All right, thanks.